Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Berean TV. Someone recently asked me about sources or what can kind of help them out. We have some people that are believers, they're woke, they're heavy readers, and we have others that don't read that much. But they said, where can I begin? A lot of people say, well, where can I begin in studies? I have family members that are quote unquote conscious, and they just want advice on how to deal with certain people. I often tell them one thing is timelines. That timelines are important. If you understand timelines, that can help you out. But there's another thing. I've noticed that when you deal with conscious people, or through my experiences in dealing with conscious people, what's important is that we know certain portions of even our own history, church history. So we'll start dealing with Tertullian and Origen and Saint Augustine and so many other church fathers, African church fathers, and how they were extremely influential in the church in Alexandria, in the church all of North Africa, and how Christianity spread. I tell people to familiarize themselves with the Ethiopian story in Acts, the 8th chapter, that there was an Ethiopian man that was riding in a chariot and he was reading Holy Writ. Script said he was reading a scroll of Isaiah, the prophet, and all of those small things are important. But the thing with the church fathers, when we start talking about the African church fathers that were influential in setting up for some of the first monasteries and schools and dealing with catechism, and even who we call Athanasius, the father of orthodoxy, that was leading the thing out at the Nicene Council. A lot of people don't know that these were African people. One of the problems is when we start dealing with the lingua franca in Greek, a lot of people in the conscious community, they don't know that there were black people that spoke the Greek language. This is very important that I tell people you can't start dealing with racism when you're dealing with interpreting history and understanding history, because racism, as we know it today, is a very new construct. It's something that's brand new. So we have to understand that there were many Africans that spoke what's known as the lingua franca. And we also had other fathers like Tertullian and Augustine, like I said, and they also spoke Latin. They were the Latin fathers, so it's kind of split. We have the Latin fathers and the Greek fathers, but there were many of them that were Africans, and that's very important. We have to do it. There's some other things that I'm going to bring out. We're going away. I'm going, Thrive is October 13th and on 14th in Philadelphia in the convention center down there. I'm meeting with a lot of people. Dr. Eric Mason, he's kicking this thing off. It's going to be great, but I want y'all to be ready. As soon as I get there, we're going to be recording. We're going to be doing some live streams. We're going to be doing a lot of things. But as soon as the conference is over, it's going to be a boom on social media. So many people are going to be posting so much information. I have some other stuff in this. It's really itching me, but I promised that I would hold it to unleash it to the people in the class that I'm going to be doing my lecture with. But afterwards, we'll be getting more into it. But we have to be careful. I'm going to give you other key things that you can look at when you're dealing with conscious community people or people in this quote unquote conscious movement. One thing you have to be that I've noticed with them is they don't know certain things. They don't know because they approach history from a racist lens. They pick and choose what they want from history. The same thing that they've accused the Europeans of doing, they've done the same thing, and they're quick to get involved into the name calling. They're good for that, and they'll start calling you an Uncle Tom. And we was back and forth with somebody just posted that online. The crazy thing is most of them, 99% of them, don't even know who Uncle Tom is. Go read the story on Uncle Tom, and don't forget there were plenty African church fathers that spoke the lingua franca. They spoke the Greek language. That don't mean they were blue-eyed white men by any stretch of the imagination. My name is Brother Berean. If you like what you heard, subscribe. Thanks for watching.